Arcade sucks!
Welcome back to another Yap session with Barraspy, your boy, or BT. You can call me BT, whatever. We're back. It's been a little bit since I've done one of these, and a lot has happened since the last time I did one of these. So we're just going to go ahead and get into this and just kind of start talking. The first thing is I took a step back from the channel for a little bit because I had a wedding out in California, so I went to go out west and experience California for the very first time. But you gotta say, I was a California hater before this. Not so much anymore. I think it actually went pretty well. I actually low-key kind of liked it. Like, it was enjoyable, it was fun and whatnot. I also had a video that most people that will probably be paying attention to me because of that and will probably have that question in this comment, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about it and address it here so people know what happened with that, why the video is not there anymore, and just kind of just get that out of the way. So there's two reasons. So I did delete the video, but I didn't delete the video. So basically what ended up happening with the video is I upload, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's it was the video where I talked about meta and crossworlds. I deleted the video, but not really. So originally, when the video was coming out, I was getting hacked on multiple of my personal accounts, and it didn't spread to my YouTube yet. But what ended up happening is a few days before that video actually uploaded, it actually did get to my YouTube channel, and somebody tried to take it over. Luckily, I didn't get it. But what ended up happening is after that video came out, a bunch of people that didn't really like that video started to report it, which honestly, very fair. I will say that's very, very fair. They reported the video to a point that it got flagged and YouTube unlisted it without telling me, except they actually did tell me. So they flagged it, and when they flagged it, they unlisted the video. And I didn't find this out because what had happened is the email went to my spam email because of the hack. So what ended up happening is the email went to my spam email, and it just said like, hey, it's been flagged for like bullying, harassment, whatever kind of thing. And I was like, okay, you know, that's fair, whatever. But I also couldn't see the unlisted video in my I couldn't see it in my email, or not in my email, on my YouTube Studio app on my phone, and I guess it has something to do with YouTube doing it themselves. But basically, that whole time I'm in California, they did that while I was in California, so I had no idea. So I was just kind of sitting here like, they took the video down, but I have really no idea how the frick to like fix the issue, like whatever. It wasn't until I got back that I kind of figured out what happened, because I could see it on my YouTube. And so what I could have done is either appeal it, or I could have taken the video down. So I decided to just go ahead and delete the whole thing anyway. And there's two reasons I did this. It was not because of the comments. I've handled worse, trust me. I've handled the Sonic CD fan base. I've handled the SA2 fan base. Hate comments don't bother me. If they did, I would have quit YouTube a while ago. The only reason it felt like I probably did, and it felt like it probably got to me, is because it came at a bad time where I was gone, so I was not uploading as much. But I'm still here, so clearly it didn't work. It wasn't anything that had to do with that. It had to mainly do with two reasons, and it was one, I can 100% agree that I definitely was a little too crass in the video. I definitely was a little, you know, harsh and intense with my words, and for that I do apologize. But I do think I also made some points, like some people in the comments did point out in that video. People did point out that I made some points in that video. And didn't just completely dismiss it outright. You know, some people were like acknowledging like, hey, he does have a point, you're just going about it the wrong way, which 100% agree with. I agree with that 100%, you know, and the things I did say were a little uncalled for. I can 100% agree with that. For that, I apologize. But I took that down because of, just mainly because of that reason of just one, I'm too lazy to actually like reinstate the video, and I just felt like it was more trouble than it actually was worth. Two, like, I've tried to go out of my way to, like, especially more recently, y'all know I'm very, very much like, what is it? I'm very much like, what's the word? Facetious, I guess, in my content, in my videos and whatnot, as a joke, as a persona, but I've kind of tried to get rid of that as of late, and kind of like joy max, like whimsy max a little bit, because I want to actually create a name that's positive. And, you know, thinking about that video, thinking about it, like, in, you know, going back and reviewing it, it definitely doesn't look good, and I can agree with that. So that was the other reason I did that, because I, you know it doesn't look good on that image. If I want to be somebody who can impact people through YouTube, it will not happen as long as that video's up, you know. I mean, we all have our moments and we all slip up, and like I said, I do apologize for that. But that is the main reason for anybody listening coming from that video, which I know there probably will be people coming from that video. That is the main reason why the video is down, why it's not there anymore. It was nothing to do with the comments, nothing to do with the reception of the video. I didn't even care about the views. I didn't even think it was gonna get views. And even though it did, if I cared about the views, I would have tried to reinstate the video. I don't care. It was never about the views. It was just kind of, at the time, it was just about feeling my frustration. I felt like I got my message across, even if it was semi-incorrect way of going about it. And, you know, just moving on, you know, moving on from that. But yeah, that's kind of, okay, what the frick am I doing? Oh, bumper. That's right. That's kind of just where I'm at with that, that video. Nothing too crazy, you know? Just wanting to, you know, move on and live my life. But yeah, with that being said, I do want to kind of like give a little bit of like, just, I guess, inspiration, because I think, you know, it kind of goes in hand with what I was explaining. Like, man, like, the minute you give up, you're showing defeat, right? Like, you are showing defeat of oneself. And you know, you, especially if you want to like achieve your dreams and want to achieve literally anything that you want in life, you can't give up, man. You can't give up. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep doing what you do best. And that's the only way you're actually gonna, like, I wouldn't say get anywhere in life. You definitely can get places in life even without it. But not giving up is something that I am a big proponent for, because I genuinely don't think I've ever given up a day in my life, because I knew if I did, you know, a job wasn't going to get finished. Job wasn't finished, you know, so what was it? It's the window. The job was never finished for me, so I didn't, you know, and I want to make this work. I want to make YouTube work, and I want it to be good, and I want it to be something I can be proud of and look back on fondly whenever I grow older, you know, and say like, hey, I had a good run, and I inspired a lot of people, and I probably helped a lot of people, and that's what I wanted at the end of the day, you know. So that's kind of what okay, the front body's only here, right? The windscreen? Alright, bro. I think we're almost done, actually. But, like, I just genuinely want to, like, do it because I'm trying to, like, also just improve as a person, right? Like, I had a time in my life, and I don't know if I spoke about this in the... I don't know if I spoke about this in the original video, and we'll do one more, because this was pretty short. I don't know if I spoke about this in the original video, but I had a time in my life where, like, I was, like, really, like... Sorry. I was thirsty. Where I was, like, really depressed, really just, like, down on my luck, really just, like, nowhere. Oh, I just realized y'all can see my Discord overlay. That's kind of cringe. Hold on. You can. I'm muted in a Discord. I had a time in my life where I was like really depressed, right? And because of that, I was like upset. I was angry. I was just mad at a lot of things, and I was like just mistreating the people that I cared about, including my own mom. Like to a point, like I even had like just one-sided like animosity towards my own mother, dude, who literally did nothing to me. My mom is a great person. I love her with everything I have in me. But I did this because I had the programmed like thoughts that she was against me because she wouldn't let me do things because I had, growing up with Asperger's is rough. Like you basically, the best way to put it is you basically have to sacrifice a lot of things that other people could do, because I grew up with brothers, right, and I'm the oldest of my brothers, so seeing them be able to do things that, whenever you see like Hollywood and all these other things, whenever you see them doing the things that like you see like in Hollywood and movies and TVs that the older brother is doing, and you literally just can't do any of that, but your younger brothers are doing it because they're normal and you're not, like that hurts. That sucks. And so I had this preconceived notion that like my mom was against me and she was never going to let me do anything, right? I was never going to get my way with that, and I was never going to be able to do any of the things that I saw other people experience, all my friends and stuff like that, going to parties and stuff like that, and I wasn't even really much of a big partier anyway. Like looking back, I don't even know why I felt that way, to be honest. Probably just being a teenager, low-key, but like at the same time, like I'm kind of glad I didn't do those things because I just don't care for them now. I'm too introverted for that. But I digress. Either way, I was very much like just against her in every way, and so I treated her very poorly. I was always like really angry with her, and just like for no reason I would snap at her for no reason, just because I was just upset with like everything going on. And so once I kind of got out of my depression around like 20 years old, 21, whatever, one of those times, once I got out of that, I like made it my mission to not only just like get right with God, but like get right with my family, get right with literally everyone around me, like all my friends and stuff like that, because I was mistreating them too. Like I made it my mission to get right with all of them so I could, I made it my personal mission to like get right with all those people, because I knew that I wasn't, although they had already forgiven me, I myself could not forgive myself, and I still can't like forgive myself for the way I treated those people to this day. And I feel like the minute I do, right, the minute I even feel, and this is why I feel like this kind of goes hand in hand with me not wanting to give up and stuff like that, because like the minute I feel like, okay, I think I can finally like forgive myself for this thing now, right? Like I feel like the minute I do that, I'm gonna lose all motivation, and I'm gonna to like right those wrongs and keep going back and reverting back to what I once was, right? And like repeat that process that I was already in, that I tried so hard to get out of, and be the best I can be the best person I can be, right? Which is why, like I said, I wanted to delete the video, because that video definitely isn't a reflection of what I'm trying to do. And I came to that conclusion on my own, but I still, like, even to this day, like, I know my mom, like, I've talked about it with my mom before, and it's like, my mom forgives me, right? Like, but I myself just can't do it. Like, she doesn't care. There was nothing for her to even forgive in the first place. But I just cannot, and probably never will not, forgive myself for that, because I genuinely could have done, anything else with that, but I just decided that no, I don't. This isn't, you know, I think family is like just super important. I guess. Sorry, my thoughts are like all over the place. I've just been like I said, yeah, I got back from Cali and all that stuff, so I've just been really, really freaking busy, and not really anything to. I've been really busy and just really tired with like the job and stuff like that. So my job and whatnot. So I've just been like really tired, which is why I wanted to make one of these Yap sessions again, because it's perfect for this kind of thing, because it's not like a high energy requirement type content, and I just like doing it. Oh wait, I'm supposed to go this way. I'm actually an idiot. But yeah, I just, that's really what I am focusing mostly on right now, aside outside of YouTube content. Is just like, and being a small content creator low-key sucks, by the way. I just want to point that out, but that, I don't think anybody needs to, you know, I don't think that comes as a surprise to anybody. But I low-key, like, outside of the YouTube content and just my work, I'm like just trying to focus like on being better, like just being like as selfless as possible, right? As selfless as possible. Trying to do that, trying to embody that. I feel like in some ways I probably already do, to some people. I don't know exactly, like I couldn't tell you, but I would hope I do to some people, that I don't, you know, seem like somebody who is, you know, selfish or anything like that. And I definitely can have my moments, I would assume, but for the most part I don't think I am, you know. And I meant to also, before I forget, because I'm just not thinking about it as I talk, I meant to get this series out sooner. It was supposed to be a monthly thing, but like I said, been really freaking busy, so I just haven't had literally any time at all to like continue it or anything. So that's kind of why it's been on like hiatus or whatever. But I am actually like taking a break from Crossworlds. I'm taking a break from like games in general that just make me mad, like Crossworlds and Ultra Rumble. Like, I'm just taking a break from those games because, dude, I don't need my cortisol to be up all the daggum time. Okay, should we do I think it would be a great idea to do this first. And then I can just kind of, yeah, baby. I can kind of just crouch here, yeah. Here we go now. Boom, boom, boom. Come on out and play with us. Come on out and enjoy your feel. But I don't think like necessarily that, like, you know, I guess I just have this like complex about myself that only comes from the way that I treated people in the past, and just the way that I treated, you know, kind of just the world and stuff. Like, I don't even really think it's ever really been true. I don't think it ever has. But somehow, somewhere along the line, even though I'm trying to do what I can to be a good person, I've convinced myself that I'm a bad person, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. I don't know how I did it. I don't know when I did it. But somewhere along the line, along this long life journey I've been having, not even just in the self-discovery department, but just in general, I have convinced myself, like, dang, you suck, you're a horrible person, this is why nobody likes you, this is why no girl wants to be with you, you know, this is why you can't hold relationships, this is why, like, everybody don't be hanging out with you, kind of thing, right? Like, but is it true? I wish I could answer that. I really do, but I don't know if I can. I don't think I can, because I don't think I'll ever truly get to that. But I also think, in a weird way, it's a strange motivator for me, if that makes any sense. In a weird roundabout way, never having that conviction of, oh, I'm a good person, is a motivator, because I feel like as long as I keep thinking I'm a horrible person, I suck, and I need to keep correcting all the rights that I've wronged, everything. I need to keep doing that. As long as I can never forgive myself, I can keep going. I can keep pushing myself. So in some ways, I don't ever actually want to forgive myself, because I feel like if I forgive myself, then I will stop. I'll stop on this path that I've been on, that I feel like has been a pretty good one. I feel like has been pretty great since starting YouTube. I've been in the best mental health I've ever been in, just like, you know, just trying to be more family centered in my personal life, and just trying to be more, you know, of a people person, even if it goes against me as a introvert, you know, trying to just be as selfless as possible. Even if I'm doing all these things, I still don't think it'll ever be enough for me. But I think even if that does make me a quote unquote good person, if that is what like it takes in some ways, I think that I'm doing a great job at keeping myself on this path, like, in a way, keeping myself on this path of good, of just being able to continue to push myself to change and grow and be a good person. As long as I never forgive myself, I'll keep doing that, because like I said before, I feel like the minute I do, I will never go back. I'll stop this path I'm on. I'll stop trying to do good. I'll stop trying to continue to push, and I'll stop, and I'll just lose motivation, because I know how I am as an ADHD person. I have to have motivation in some sort of roundabout way, and whether it's a personal passion or even at work, like I don't always really have the motivation to do the things I want to do at work, but I have to push myself with the thought of, I'm doing a terrible job, and if I want to do a good job, I need to keep pushing myself to do a great job and do a good job. So I always just have this thought, and I know it's probably toxic, and I probably need to get it checked out. Let me know that in the comments. But like, I have just this thought of, I'm doing a terrible job. I need, in order to improve my job, I need to keep pushing and pushing until I can say, like, finally, like, hey, what I'm doing is good. What I'm doing is enough, and I'm actually doing great at my work instead of just horrible, right? And maybe it's just me overthinking. Maybe this is just all overthinking on my part, and I'm actually whatever. Like, you know, like, I don't know. But I just feel like, for me, the motivator is, I'm trying to do all these things. I'm trying to actively change, trying to be this person, this good person that, you know, I've always wanted to strive to be, to help others and do all this other stuff. I've always wanted to do that kind of thing. And now, here we are. I'm really into it, but I'm still on this path because I haven't forgiven myself. Once I do that, I feel like, okay, I've done everything I need to do. I no longer have motivation. I'm just going to sit back and let it ride. I know how my brain works. I know what it's going to do. And so I know that's exactly what my response would be the day I ever decided, hey, I think I've done enough. I think this is it. I can forgive myself, right? Like, the moment my brain decides to do that, the moment I decide to do that, not even my brain, I decide to do that. Not my brain, that's important. Not my brain. I'm not going to blame that on my brain, because even though it is the brain's thought process that gets you to the conclusion, it's important to realize that it's you making the decision at the end of the day, right? That's important to know. That's important to realize. And so I know, like I said, at the end of the day, I will never forgive myself, because I will give up. So in order to keep moving on this path, I will continue to be hard on myself. I will continue to constantly berate myself, whether that's a good or a bad thing. is up to y'all, I guess. But that's the way I deal with having to improve. That's how I deal with improvement, is I just tell myself I'm not good enough, I never will be, and I can't stop until I am. And then the trick is, okay, well, I'm still not good enough because I suck and I'm a horrible human being, so I'm gonna keep going. I can't forgive myself, I can't forgive myself, I can't forgive myself. I just remember that in my head constantly. It's like it plays on loop. I just remember that constantly, like, hey, I can't forgive myself, I can't forgive myself, I can't forgive myself. You know, playing it on loop in my head to make sure that I get that message across is I can't do that, you know. That's just kind of the inner machinations of my mind, right? Like, I don't know. For me, there's so many ways people can improve, and I'm willing to bet that there's probably a way more efficient way that I can do that. But like I said, I kind of just know how my brain works, so I feel like, to me, maybe this is some sort of trauma response that I'm not realizing or something, but to me, this is like the most efficient way that I can be like, okay, self-improvement starts here, this is what I need to do, kind of thing. But like I said, it could 100% be a trauma response, and I just don't even freaking realize it, right? Like, that could be really, really bad, and I might need to see a therapist, who knows. But, yeah. Man, I do love doing videos like these, by the way. Like, not even just the Yap sessions, but like variety videos. I'm actually kind of at an impasse right now. So this is pretty recent, this video. At the time of this, I'm probably still dealing with these thoughts. Like, I'm like at an impasse with Sonic right now. I just don't really care about Sonic that much right now. Like, I just don't, like, I'm on a Sonic burnout again, basically. I'm not on a content burnout, but I'm on a Sonic burnout. But what I know that means is it's going to burn me out for content, because Sonic is kind of how I get a lot of my views on this channel, whether I like it or not. So I basically have to upload Sonic, and if I don't, I'm basically just cooked, right? I'd love to do more variety content. I've always wanted to be a variety content creator, but I know my channel will tank. That's why I've been like trying to experiment with like Pokemon and Nintendo games, and they actually do pretty decent. They're not too bad. You know, at least Nintendo games that I actually like, because y'all know I'm kind of a Nintendo hater a little bit. So Nintendo games that I actually kind of like. I'm gonna turn this around actually. Because it's pissing me off. Okay. Yeah. Or like, you know, hopefully like some more friend slot games we get them coming out, right? I'm just trying to like find new ways to like implement series for new content, because I'm doing the once a week thing, and that's what makes it painful too, because I want to upload 3 times a week. And so when I do it, what ends up happening is like, okay, yeah, I uploaded 3 times a week, whatever, boom. It's like 2 of those videos are Sonic. I'm taking a break from Crossworlds now. Okay, well, that cuts down a lot of my content, because I was able to count on 1 Sonic video, 1 Sonic Crossworlds video, and then 1 variety video. So that was kind of like my formula for a while, pretty much since Crossworlds came out, so almost a full year. That's been my formula, is a Crossworlds video on Monday, you know, a variety video on Wednesday, and then a Sonic video on Friday. But now, like, I'm trying to, like, low-key, not even distance myself from Crossworlds, just because of the, you know, just in general, I've just been wanting to do it. Like, for the longest time, I've already been struggling with that. Like, I just want to just stop playing Crossworlds in general, because the videos never even did good anyway to begin with. So, like, what's the point, right? What's the point in continuing the Crossworlds videos if they just were never doing good? I would rather just stop now than to keep dragging it and you know, agging it on, because the videos were just never good. Like, I'm not my buddy Sendo, man. I'm not him. You know, he's better at that YouTube luck kind of stuff, where, you know, he can upload 1 video and he gets like a bajillion views, and everybody's like, oh man, he's the greatest. You know, I'm not him, and I'm not trying to be him, and I'm not, you know, I never was trying to be a copy of him, which is actually kind of funny, because, so, when I first started the channel, if there's any OGs watching this video, if there's like any like really like OGs watching this video, let me know in the comments below. But I used to have, so when I first was like making the channel and deciding on like what I wanted the channel color to be, I originally decided on purple. I wanted to do purple because I really love purple. Like it's one of my favorite colors. I originally had decided on purple. And then I was like, okay, well, you know, I don't think purple would actually look good on a channel, at least of my, like, what I'm trying to do. I think that purple, if I'm going to do a lot of Sonic content and then other stuff, I don't think purple's just going to look good. Like, some people can pull it off, like my Skirm, you know, for, Bob, the friend of Mark, if you don't know. Like, some people can really pull off purple, me, not really. I was like, okay, well, I liked Kenny, and I was, like, into South Park, so I was like, okay, well, I have this, like, Kenny picture, and I want to use it, so I was like, I settled on orange, and I was like, all right, okay, orange is cool, I'll settle on orange. And keep in mind, I have not met Sendo at this point. Like, I didn't even know who he was, hadn't even met him yet, you know, we were not friends yet. Like, I was purely just vibing, doing my own thing. Like, this is solo Barraspy lore right here. So I'm chilling, and I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever, I'll do orange. So for a while I was orange, and then eventually I stumbled across Sendo's channel around, like, I think he had like 500-ish subs, something like that. Like, he had like 500 subs when I stumbled on his channel, and I was like, oh dang, he does orange like me. So for a while I kept it, but then when Sendo surpassed me and like views and subs and everything like that, I was like, some people in my comments would be coming in, like, you know, and be like, oh, you're just a Sendo copy. And I'm like, bro, I didn't even copy him. I was doing the orange before I even knew who he was. I was like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. And so I just got enough of those comments where I'm like, okay, I really need to like rebrand, right? Like I need to like rebrand. So I was like, okay, fine. And so that's how I settled on the yellow. And yellow's literally my favorite color. That's pretty much, like, purple's my second favorite color, and I wanted to do that because I thought it would look good, because I just like the way purple looks. But yellow is like my favorite color, and that's how I ended up on. And I was gonna do yellow originally, but I just didn't know how I was gonna like really do it. So I was like, okay, whatever. And so I settled on yellow finally, and I was like, okay, yellow with like some blue accents, because yellow and blue really go good together. So that's kind of how I ended up with the channel colors I have. Fun fact, for, you know, people that actually care, which is like probably zero, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, that's kind of how I actually ended up with the colors that I did for the channel. More specifically, what the frick is this? Oh, this is the soap. That's how I ended up with the colors I did, is specifically for the Barraspy channel. In the yellow, it was more or less just like I didn't want to have like a Sendo copy allegations, and it was literally, and you could probably ask him, like, if y'all watching this video who know who Sendo DX is, and you see this video and you want to like are curious to ask him, go ask him. I'm pretty sure he'll tell you the same thing if he remembers. I don't know if he actually remembers, but he probably does. I would assume he does, and he's probably like, oh yeah, I remember when you were orange. Yeah, I remember when you were orange. That's such a crazy statement to make, I feel like. But yeah, that's kind of like some Barraspy Origins lore, you know. Light arm, lights. Okay, so I think the lights are... Hold up. Oh, trick shot! Hold up. Look at this trick shot. The freaking trick shot is crazy. Yeah! Here we go now. Hold up. Can I actually just, like, climb up this ladder and then hang off the edge of it? I might be able to do that. Come on now, enjoy your fill. There we go. Yeah, let's just do this, so I don't have to worry about them. But, yeah. And I've actually met a good few people through YouTube. Like, you know, like I actually have a video coming up with some other content creators that I've met. A huge video, and you know, and I have an editor now, kind of, a little bit. Like he's kind of busy with a lot of stuff, but I have one, you know, so that's pretty cool. Like, I've actually been really fortunate on this channel. Like, heck, dude, not to flex or anything, but I've gotten a comment from freaking Baylina Productions, bro. Baylina Productions, the GOAT. I love Baylina, bro. If you don't know who that is, he's the guy that makes Sonic Zombie, which I know that's gonna annoy him if he ever does see this, which he won't, but still, like, he does know I exist, so that's pretty cool. But like, more commonly, I actually really like his Christmas of Sonic stuff. Like, that's probably what I like. Like, I met him through Sonic Zombie, but then I grew to appreciate his Christmas of Sonic stuff. The newest one was really cool. And every year I rewatch. I'm not even lying. This is true. Every year I rewatch all of his Christmas with Sonic videos. Every single year I rewatch all of them. I go on a marathon, and I'm hoping he'll have enough that I can watch one every single day leading up to Christmas. I hope he'll have enough. That's not realistic right now, but that would be so freaking cool if it was like the case. But right now, I have literally watched every single Christmas with Sonic video that he has, and I rewatch them every single year that I am chilling. Okay, can I? Is there actually no way to get this in? I don't think so. Am I gonna have to place it out? Oh no. Oh Lord. Lord have mercy. This might be bad. We'll see what happens. Yeah, let's see. Can I get that? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. We gotta hang off the side a little bit low key. Yeah, but that's just kind of, you know, a little bit of like I said, the inner machinations of my mind right now. Whether I need therapy after this. Whether y'all decide I need therapy or whatever after this video will be up to y'all, but I think I'm fine. Maybe. That's what a lot of people usually say. Traditionally, men say whenever they're actually not fine. You know, but they'd be like, "Yeah, I'm good." They're like, "How you doing?" And then you're like, oh, "I'm good, I'm good," and you're just like suffering inside, like, "Oh my frick, bro." Like, you know, it's how it be going, apparently. That's how some people do. Not me, though. I be having some pretty good days, you know. I'm gonna enjoy my fill. Yeah, baby. Give me that. Okay, now. I don't think there's much on this side, because I got a lot of it. Yeah, I did. I was gonna say, I got a lot of it, so it shouldn't be much. I just need to turn this around so the platform. I hate how slow he moves. Boom. And then that should be it for literally all this. Now all we'd have to do is the platform. Yep, there we go. Boom. So now all we need to do is... Oh, well, the railing. I forgot about that. Crap. Well, that's pretty annoying. Yeah. But, I don't know. I just... It's such a weird... What is this? What is this? Oh, what? Whoa! This is so cool! Oh, yo, this thing is hype! Oh, what? That's how I can clean with that? That's actually so hype. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I didn't even realize you could do that. That's actually so freaking hype. That's so hype. Dude, that's so cool. I don't know why I'm hung up on that now, but I am. I need to stop getting hung up on stuff. That's something I think that's probably why I have a lot of freaking anxiety about stuff, is because I get hung up on things, man. Normally when it comes to YouTube, I don't, but like games and like real life stuff, because like real life stuff is actually like way more like concerning than anything that goes on online. I've never been concerned about anything online in my life ever, unless it pertains to just like personal for me, you know, like if somebody were to like attack my family or something like that, like I would be like, all right, yeah, crap's personal. Like I ain't doing that, bro. Like y'all don't know this. I don't know if this is just a normal guy thing or like whatever, but like the amount of times I've played out the scenario in my head of like, oh man, if I like became a famous YouTuber and then somebody was like trying to like hurt my family or something, so I had to like take like super preventative measures or something. Like the amount of times I've done that where I'm like, okay, I need to actually like lock in and fight back. Like the amount of times this played out in my head is actually insane. I think I might be crazy, and I may or may not need help, but I'm not too sure. It's pretty concerning, honestly. But the amount of times I played out, like it's like a you know how like you ever be like, you just be chilling and then you have like in your head, you just play out this whole scenario of like, I can save everyone in here right now if there was a robber and this is how I would do it. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. And I still have those scenarios, bro. I do it literally all the time. I'm like, here's how I can literally save everyone in here. Lock the frick in, right? Like I could do it right now, no questions asked, light work, no reaction. I could do it. Like I could probably fight like it's how many middle schoolers do you like you're out in the field, nothing, no weapons, no nothing. The only person that gets any sort of weapons is the middle schoolers. How many do you think you're taking down? That's what they ask me. They're like, Barraspy, how many middle schoolers do you think you could take? Like in a fight to the death, like how many you think you're taking before you go down? You want to know the answer to that question? I'm taking down like 100 tops, bro. I'm a pretty big freaking dude. I got some good genes, you know. Like I may not be like I'm pretty muscular, I'd say, right? Like I'm pretty muscular, I'd say. I'm pretty muscular, I'd say. So it's not like I'm going to be going down like crazy, you know. But I'm a little chubby. I won't lie. I'm a little chubby. I've gained some weight. I need to lay off the food a little bit. I probably should, but you know, at least I admit it, right? Like there's probably a lot of people out there that might be in denial about it, but that's a different thing. But I'm a little chubby. I could definitely stand to get in shape a little bit, but that's why I say like I could at least take 100 before my stamina like catches up with me, right? Like easy. I used to be a cross country runner, bro. I got stamina for days when it comes to a lot of this stuff, right? But in terms of myself, or in terms of like if I was like working out, bro, like peak physique back on my like senior year high school arc, I could probably take down like a good 1,000 middle school. I'm showing. Not 1,000, but I could probably take down like, I don't know, like 50. No, not 50. No. Well, I just said 100, so not 50. I could probably take down like, well, 50 more. I could probably take down like 150 to like 20 to 200 if this was like prime Barraspy in like right now, like basically my prime right now. Like I'd be in prime. That dog? Oh no, it's a cat. I thought I was, oh, it's my cat. I thought I was hearing a cat. I don't know why. It's like I hear a cat and then I just never actually like addressed it. I just was like chilling. Like, I'm gonna keep cleaning, but I hear a cat. Oh, that was never clean. Glad that clean now. Also, I'm like considering like, I don't know, chat, should I do this? Like, so my TikTok is just filled to the brim with Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon clips. Should I watch the show? Should I watch it. Like, is it good? Is it worth it? Is it worth my time? Because like I said, have seen so many daggum clips of it and stuff, but I don't really know if it's like worth it. It looks pretty good, but I've seen so many now that I'm like, I should probably watch it. Like, my mom watched it when I was younger, you know, she's seen the whole thing. So maybe I should watch Big Bang Theory, but I don't like really like believe in the Big Bang Theory, bro. Like, there's science, they're like, yeah, they can like make up some like circumference of the fart or something, I don't know, and I would probably not follow along with it. But it seems like it's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. It seems like it's pretty funny. So I kind of want to like watch it, but I don't really like watching American sitcoms like that. I'm way more into Japanese media. Like, I only really consume like anime, manga, like, I was gonna say doujinshis, but that's a lie, so let me not lie. But at the same time, that would have just been funny, just to, like, drop like, yeah, doujinshis, you know, like, I watch a lot of that. Like, you know, that would have been funny. It is what it is. Okay, I think I'm almost done with this hatch hinge. There we go. Yep. Okay, now the floor. This should be easy. We're getting there. We're getting there. But I don't know. I feel like I should like, but I know like Sheldon's like low-key kind of annoying, and George Cooper, although he's like, you know, the GOAT, he is the GOAT. I should probably like not. If I get annoyed though, like, I'm just gonna get mad. Like, I don't like getting annoyed because I just get mad, and then it's a whole thing. I just don't want to do that. I don't like getting mad, man. I just don't. Like, because it's just so annoying. Because then you get mad, and then you're even more mad because you're mad. Well, I don't know if anybody has that experience exclusively. I do. Usually when I get mad, because I'm normal, like, I just don't like getting mad in general. So, like, when I'm mad, and it seems like I'm just getting progressively more angry as the anger goes on, it's not even really like, oh, because, well, you know, like, yeah, you're thinking of other things that isn't, like, the current thing that you're inconveniencing you. You're making a joke, but you're also just thinking about the current thing and adding on to what's inconveniencing you. But at the same daggum time, like, for me personally, I'm like, I just don't like being mad. I hate it. I feel like it's a waste of, like, time for me. And it, like, a waste of my intelligence in a way, I guess. I don't know. Or just something along, I don't know exactly what, like, it is that makes me feel the way I do about getting angry or whatever, but I'm just like, I don't care to get mad at all. I just never cared for it, and it makes me angrier to get angry. So that's why, low-key, when y'all like be seeing me like rage and crash out, the reason it just seems like it gets worse and worse isn't even just because, like, oh yeah, like I'm just mad, I can't even figure it out. Like, yeah, I'm definitely mad because I like can't figure it out. I probably suck in that current moment, and it's just like getting more and more frustrating. But I'm more and more frustrated because I'm like, now I'm just pissed off, man, and I don't even want to like think about how pissed off I am, because now I'm just mad, and that pisses me off even more that I'm mad. And then now I'm just triple mad, like I'm doubly mad, and then it's a whole thing. I can't stand it. I don't know why it is the way it is. Like, what are we doing? You know? Like I said, I don't think anybody really cares to... Okay, let me take this thing down because I don't want to run into it. Yeah. Here we go now. Is it going to stay over there? It is, okay. I don't know, man. For me, it's crazy. I just don't think... And like I said, that's why I'm like taking a break from a lot of the... Like, I'm not even just taking a break from Crossworlds. I'm taking a break from Ultra Rumble. I'm taking a break from I'm taking a break from any game that I either play pretty frequently, like that's like, you know, an online game that you can like frequently return to. I'm taking a break from any of those games, any game that makes me just unequivocally angry. I'm just taking a break from all those and cutting them out. I'm just going for a while, probably for like the next few months to hopefully a year. We'll see how long it lasts. But you know, I do play some Ultra Rumble here and there with friends, and that's pretty fun. So I'll like still play like custom matches and whatnot. But like for the most part, like I'm not even gonna, you know, entertain Crossworlds anymore at all, because it's been making me angry for the longest time, and I've been needing to take a break, and now here we are. So I'm gonna actually keep my word on it this time. Well, I wouldn't say I was gonna take a break. I just have been saying I was contemplating taking a break. That was it. Because if I would have said I was taking a break, I would have done it, because like y'all know, I am a man of my word. And so I said I originally was going to keep going because I wanted to finish the Crossworlds challenge. But actually, it's pretty far from the truth. I'm going to take a break now because I changed my mind, you know. Because it was frustrating me that much. But it is what it is, you know. We don't judge here. It's coming out pretty good, I think. It looks like it's coming out pretty good. Okay, let me make sure that there's nothing there. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of scatterbrained, so I'm just kind of like trying to find stuff to say while I'm doing this, because I want to like try to speak for the whole time, but not really. Like maybe if just something comes to me, I'll say it, but like for the most part, I'm just trying to like be as real as possible and just kind of talk one-on-one with you guys. Y'all get to know me a little more personally outside of the Barraspy persona, like I was explaining at the beginning and at the beginning of the very first episode. If you want to check that out, it'll be linked in the card, and it'll be linked in the end of the video on the end screen if you guys want to go check that out. It'll be there. The very first episode, where I think we cleaned like an opera house or something. I don't remember exactly what we cleaned, but we cleaned like an opera house or something. In this episode, we're getting a billboard and a car done. Like, dude, we're getting a lot done. And I'm not even an hour in yet. Like, it's only been 52 minutes. I'm not even an hour in yet. This is crazy to me. This is crazy to me. But, yeah, yeah, here we go now. Yeah. Oh my gosh, bro. How did these things even get this dirty? I've heard that there's actual lore to this game. I'm pretty sure there's the lore is there's like a active volcano around this area or something, and it exploded, which then caused the dirt to happen on everything. Like, that's the main issue of how everything got as dirty as it did in this game. Like, that's the lore. I didn't even know they had lore for Power Wash. That's kind of crazy to me, honestly, but you know, it is what it is, I guess, you know? I mean, everything's got to have lore, as, what's his face would say, Matt Pat. The lore. Or something. I think getting under the billboard is going to be the best move first, so start with that. When we move on to the billboard. And then the backside will be the first one we do, the backside. I think at least the backside should be the... You go there. Oh, did I talk about this in the last video? I don't know. I know I talked about this in a My Hero video I did, but I don't know if I fully talked about it. So I do want to talk a little bit about the My Hero ending, and just also like just My Hero in general, and like kind of what it means to me, why I was like uploading videos on My Hero. Because I thought it was like My Hero to me is one of the best animes probably ever made. Probably is like at this point I think it has surpassed my love for Dragon Ball, because I grew up with Dragon Ball. I loved Dragon Ball growing up. It was like so just near and dear to my heart, and it was the only anime that I had an exception for. I never really like watched anime like that before. It wasn't until my best friend, who actually just went to his wedding in California, it was same friend, he got me into My Hero by just like texting me every single day. He was like watch My Hero, watch My Hero, watch My Hero, watch My Hero, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. So I did, and that was history from there. That got me into anime. I was into my shonen phase, and eventually, you know, like every male, bro, they get into their rom-com phase, and they're like, all right, well, this is the rom-com, and it's beautiful, and I love it, and the way it makes me feel is so good, type thing, you know. So that kind of ended up happening. But My Hero's been like 10 years in the making with its you know, show going on and everything, and it just won Anime of the Year. Very well deserved, in my opinion. That's just me, though. You know, a lot of people probably disagree with me, but it is what it is. You know, I'm actually going to use this to my advantage. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. Sorry, let me stop getting distracted, because that happens to me a lot, as y'all can probably tell. Yeah, to me, My Hero, like, that's also why, like, I also want to just go on this journey of, like, self-discovery and just, like of self-improvement and stuff, like why I want to, like, become, like, Deku is, like, to me, he's, like, my anime spirit animal, if that makes any sense. Like, to me, he embodies everything I stand for, everything that, you know, like, I come from a similar backstory, you know, of him, you know, no self-confidence, basically being different from everyone else, all this other stuff, and, you know, just never, ever giving up no matter what. Like, I always have related to that so heavily growing up, or, well, when I was, like, 16 and stuff like that, like, watching the show, and that's why he's, like, my favorite character of all time. He's kind of a static character who does actually get development, which is so interesting, too, because most MCs in Shonen are very much static characters, but he actually grows throughout the show, but still stays static in his ideals and what it means to be a hero, which makes it all the more better. You know, what he's doing, why he's fighting, what he's fighting for, you know, it just makes it all the better. There we go. Nice. Okay. Now I'll climb the ladder to get this. I'm gonna go ahead and get the top as well, and then we'll come down on the ladder. Yeah. There we go now. But, yeah, just all that, like, to me, was like a culmination of, like, just trying to become the best I can and go beyond what I can currently do. right? And the ending, I think, is perfect because he fought so hard, and I get it. A lot of people wanted him to keep his power because he fought so hard and trained so hard, and he earned it. Well deserved. But I think also him taking it away, or him giving it away, was also absolute cinema in its own right, because that's what Deku would do. You think, like, if there was an option to beat him while keeping the power, I think he would have definitely done that. But he knew there was no other way. He knew that there was no other way, and even though he knew that meant giving up on his dream, he still did it just so he can save somebody, because that's how selfless he is, and I strive to be that way, which is why the show and the series and everything like that is just so important to me, and why I love it so freaking much, man, because it's that actually important. And I just, man, I don't know what I would do without the show. I really don't. I'd probably still be an anime hater, or I'd probably like Jujutsu Kaisen, which, like, who the frick likes that show aside from literal LARPers, bro? That's such a funny word, by the way, LARPers, bro. Yeah, everyone just be LARPing nowadays. LARPing Geometry Dash, LARPing Power Wash Sim, LARPing Subnautica for some freaking reason. Like, what are we doing? We just got LARPers out the wazoo, and you're laughing. You're laughing. We got LARPers invading our fan base, and you're laughing, bro. I do think anime should have been gatekept a little bit. We do have a lot of, like, crap going on right now with the anime. Like now that My Hero, that's the only unfortunate thing about My Hero finishing, bro. Now that that's all done, where did all those weird fans go, bro? They went to Gachakuda or whatever it is. I've heard the show's pretty good. I haven't actually started it, but I've seen a lot of the drama. And on the one hand, I don't think she deserved a lot of the stuff that was happening to her. Like, they were just bullying her just for the sake of it. But, like, at the same time, like, it is kind of what she gets for being too close with her fans. But at the same time, like, a lot of people that are, like, trying to, like, and you can say I'm defending her all you want and call me all the names you want, but bro, I'm sorry, but you don't have the jurisdiction to tell her how her series and her characters are written and or portrayed. You literally don't. You didn't create the series. And trying to cancel her for that and pick apart her apology and all this crap, literally even just making her apologize in the first place for literally something that isn't even her freaking fault at all, is absolutely asinine and crazy. That, in and of itself, is insane. That should not be a thing. And yet it is. And yet it is. But at the same time, we are not gonna sit here and pretend like y'all are crazy. Like, we know where y'all came from. Y'all are the leftovers of the My Hero fan base. You are the dirty leftovers that you leave out, that you don't exactly want to eat, but you gotta eat it anyway. Like, we get it. You just want to, like, and then you wonder why a lot of these things that, like, definitely I think deserve representation, don't get me wrong, don't get representation, because this is how you treat the creators of your favorite show and your favorite series. Like, you are literally being like, oh, this character isn't this is what the character is, and then when they say no, you're like, oh, so they're this thing. No, they aren't, because that's exactly what they aren't. They created it, so of course they're gonna say, I don't think they are, because I created the series. Like, it's so stupid. It's petty unemployed stuff, man. That's really what it is. It's just petty unemployed business, man, that, like, literally no one cares about. Like, why would anyone in their right mind even care about this kind of thing? Why? Like, why are we wasting time on it? Why are we sitting here being like, oh, but they're this thing and they're that way, and they're a bad person because they said this about my favorite character? I don't care if it's your favorite character. I don't care if it's your nutsack. I don't care if it's anything, bro. What are we doing to the point where we're trying to tell the creators of your series, which, by the way, they can end at any moment because of you, and you would have to literally, like, imagine they ended their series because of something like this, and then you literally find out that they ended the series because of like you and the people like you doing this kind of stuff. Imagine you having to sit with that for the rest of your life, being like, my favorite series ended, and even though all these other people that really liked it, they had to suffer because of me, I ended it. Like, are you gonna say it's a good thing or a bad thing? Like you'll probably convince yourself that it's a good thing to cope, but at the same time, like, imagine having to sit with that. Like, imagine like if the same thing happened with Oda or Akira Toriyama, and it happened to where, like, to a point where they're like, yeah, I'm just ending this, I don't want to do this anymore, I don't want to have to fight with my own fans. Because, look, I rag on Gege a lot, Gege, the creator of Jujutsu Kaisen, I rag on him a lot, but I'll give him credit for this. He is super smart in not having Twitter and or X, or whatever you prefer. I do not fault him for not having it, because he has literally said, if I have Twitter, I'm going to argue with 14-year-old teenagers every single day about my own series. That's literally what he has said before. And I don't blame him. I don't blame the guy. That's actually intelligent. I don't blame him for that. That's super smart. And I wish, like, but like, imagine y'all were like, imagine with how big like Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece is, and Dragon Ball. Imagine y'all did that same thing to those guys, and you ran them off, and then you're known as the people and or the person and or the people and or the fan base that effectively ended the show because you couldn't get over what the creator of the show told you how they want their show and or like, it's stupid. It's petty, and it's childish, man. It really is. Like, I don't know why people continuously do this. Like, it's just gonna, oh man, like we're fixing society. Like, no, you're not. You're ruining it, bro. You just, everything about you, generally, because you do this kind of crap, sucks. Everything about you. I'm sorry, but, and I know I just got done saying how I wanted to be a good person, but like, dude, it is really just like petty stuff that. Oh, that's why. I have to get the, yep, there we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. Yeah, we're almost done. Now we just get the billboard and we're good to go, I think. Yeah, baby. Oh, yes. Look at that. Get that billboard. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is going to be fun. I can't wait for this. But, yeah, I don't know, man. There's just so much stupid stuff, and then, dude, like, there's, like, drama in the Crossworlds community, drama in the Sonic community all the time. Well, there was, like, I don't even think it was drama, but I do want to talk about it because I just found it interesting. Somebody on, like, so I'm not huge on Reddit, I don't even use Reddit or anything like that, but I saw this, like, Reddit post, via, like, you know, a video, I forgot his name. I see his shorts like literally all the time. He's got this like little avatar that does like this and it like bounces around on screen, and he's got like Crossroads gameplay in the background, but he does a lot of like videos about like just, you know, events and stuff, like just keeping up with Sonic news and stuff like that. He makes pretty good videos. I like his stuff. But he was talking about a supposed leak of Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition that ended up being fake, but they showed off like Shadow and Metal Sonic. But the thing is the reason it ended up being fake is because you could definitely tell that it was just the mod. You could tell that it was just the mod doing that and not the you could tell it was one of the Metal Sonic mod on Game Banana. Like, you could tell it was one of those, and then the shadow thing. But it did look pretty, I'll give it this, it looked pretty convincing, because when I was, like, watching the video first, I'm like, it's, like, I was like, 95% chance this is fake. I could just tell by looking at it, just because I was like, there's no way. But at the same time, like, I was like, this does look pretty, like, I don't blame people for falling for this. I wouldn't, because I never trust leaks when it comes to Sega and stuff like that, because it's happened almost all the daggum time, and then we're pretty much wrong, aside from, you know, like, when you watch a Remy to Remy video, and he's like, So what's up, guys? Premi the Remy in the house, and today we have a viable, actual leaker for Sonic Frontiers. And then just, yeah, bro, is that dude okay? He hasn't uploaded in like forever. I'm guessing he's working on Primulus stuff, or maybe the hate. I know he's been hated on for like years, so I wonder if it just finally got to him or something like that. Like, I actually kind of liked his stuff back in the day, but now I'm like, I wouldn't even say I hate his stuff or I hate him. I think he's cool. Like, he's a cool guy. But I just think his content's just kind of lazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, his content is just, like, lazy. Like, literally, I'm pretty sure every single Sonic video that he does, if it isn't a Sonic gameplay, which he's usually doing live, it's just him sitting in front of a computer screen with a page pulled up, talking about these leaks, and then talking about our Lord and Savior, Sonic the Hedgehog, and then just being a hater, and then saying how much he likes Heroes. And that's the end of the video. Like, every single time. I'm pretty sure that, like, it's kind of lazy. And that's what a lot of Sonic Tube is right now, and that's no diss on any Sonic Tuber or anything like that. That's literally not a diss on any Sonic. That's what a lot of Sonic Tube is right now, aside from like maybe Crossroads content, but even then, that's on the fall off right now. So, you know, don't blame that at all, because like I said, that's on the fall off as well. But I just find that kind of hilarious in a way, because like, why, right? Oh, hold up. Okay. I have so much rotational movement, I gotta, like, actually lock in for this. But, that's just kind of how Sonic Tube's been for, like, years now, honestly. Like, Sonic Tube has been like that pretty much since Kobe left. And Kobe is kind of like... Whoa, 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 whoa. Kobe is, like, kind of making a comeback. But it's not, like, drastic. Like, it's very small. His thumbnails don't have the wonder and the spice that they used to have, like they were back in the day. They're very kind of lazy, but I get it. You know, he's got to kind of get back into the swing of YouTube. But I think hopefully he's going to come back full scale, face cam, all that stuff looking pretty good. Like, there's a high chance he's opting to be coming back to YouTube pretty soon, which I'm super excited about, because y'all know I grew up watching Kobe, kind of, you know, try to emulate him in a lot of my content and stuff. Like, dude, this thing is so cool, by the way. This little, like, dude, the amount of, like, things you can get on this swivel thing, dude, so good. I love it. Okay, nice. And look at this. It's so efficient. Like, this might be one of the best things they put in the game, because it's just so dadgum efficient. I love it. Oh my goodness. I can get under everything. I don't have to do all this crouching and this movement tech. Movement tech in a power washing game is crazy, but you know. But yeah, I don't know. To me, Sonic Tube is not really, like, that's why I don't really watch a lot of Sonic Tube videos now. I just like, I'll watch like the occasional one, whatever, like maybe like a Matthew Has No Cuts video or something like that. But like, or like, you know, if it's Sendo, I'll watch his, because his are pretty entertaining and I like his stuff. But like, for the most part, like, I really don't watch a lot of like Sonic videos on YouTube, despite doing it myself. Mainly because I just don't really think they're entertaining that much. But that's why I am playing Sonic games on the channel, to kind of bring that back, you know, bring back Sonic gameplay, because it's been, at least in the commentary, there's plenty of Sonic gameplay with no commentary. You know, Blue Vivacity, Sonic Central, or Sonic Terminal, or whatever the frick it's called. There's plenty of non-commentary Sonic YouTubers, which isn't really my style, but there's plenty of them out there that will, you know, fix your needs for your Sonic gameplay if you want it. But in terms of commentary, that's pretty much dead. Unless, now there are these new guys that I know they're getting compared to Game Grumps, so I'm just gonna say, like, they've been compared to Game Grumps, and I think they're really funny, though. They're called, like, the Couch Brothers, and I've been watching them, and they're playing, like, Sonic games right now. But the difference between these guys and that is, like, they're actually kind of, like, they're not, like, horrible, but they're not, like, great either. But they're not as bad as Aaron. Like, the thing about Aaron playing Sonic games, even though he loves Sonic, is First of all, the Sonic fan base can't take jokes, so whenever he's hating on Sonic and stuff like that, literally as a joke, and you can tell it's a joke, a lot of Sonic fans get up in arms, and that's why they hate him, because he just jokes around too much about it, because for some reason people take Sonic like life or death. But, trust me, I know from experience, 3 times actually. But, I find that hilarious because, like, you can just tell he's joking. But I will say the Couch Brothers are actually pretty decent at Sonic games. Like, they're not, like, horrible, because, like, that's the one thing I'll give Aaron. He makes some funny jokes about Sonic, because even if they're joking and even if they're true, like, I'll be objective about it and be like, yeah, that's funny, that's true, whatever. But he, low-key, sucks at Sonic games, dude. He is bad at Sonic. I don't think I've ever seen anybody as bad as him when it comes to Sonic games, dude. It's actually insane how bad he is. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he is very, very bad. It's, yeah. So whenever he says, like, something's too hard or something, I'm always kind of like, look, I like you guys, but, like, you're kind of stretching on this one. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, we're gonna put this up here, and then what I'm gonna do is, I meant to do this earlier, but I'm kind of a loser, and I forgot that we gotta do the underside. Yeah. Let's do the underside before we go back up. Yeah. Yeah, get some. Yeah, that underside is going crazy. Going crazy on that underside, bro. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Here we go now. Come along and play with us. Oh yeah. Oh no, man. I've always really liked Game Grumps. I've always really liked their jokes, especially, like, dude, their Sonic Boom playthrough has gotta be one of the funniest playthroughs of all time. That one and their SA2 one. I watched their Sonic Frontiers one, and I didn't really think that one was too funny. I'll say this, unfortunately, I think Game Grumps has lost their touch. They're really not as funny as they used to be, in my opinion. Like, back in the day, in their prime, they were definitely a lot funnier. I do think it comes with, like, because they're older now, when they want to focus on more, like, actually helping out charity content and stuff like that, and also they're just older, so they're more mature, you know? So I think it just comes with that a little bit, but at the same time, like, they're really not as funny as they used to be, unfortunately. I wish I could say that, you know, but I can't. But it is what it is, right? Okay, so now we have the advertisement thing. And all this rotational movement is going to help me tremendously. Tremendous help from this thing. It's going to help me tremendously. I swear it'll only be the best. Chill. Let's What, bro, why I look like I'm kind of low-key in Radiator Springs though? Like, are we serious? Hey, it looks like I'm low-key in Radiator Springs. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't lying. There we go, got that. So I can get the frame so I don't have to worry about it later. I will say this, the only downside about having this thing is I feel like the far awayness angle isn't as good. If that makes any sense, like the distance from the billboard isn't as good, but maybe that's just me being a little facetious a little bit, but who knows, you know. Other than that, this thing is great. I love it. Okay. I don't know what else I would have to do after this, because look, we're like 89% done. And then it would just be the billboard, right? So what would be after this? What would... Unless this like fills up to like 90. No. Is this gonna be it? I hope. Advertisement background. I mean, I don't think it's a background considering it's the advertisement. But you do you, game, right? Dude, this thing is awesome. This thing is awesome. I'm gonna keep saying that. But here's the big... Well, it might actually finish. This might be it. See, we might be on the back, the last little parts, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. You know, like I said, I was gonna try to make this monthly, but I've just kind of been really busy, so I haven't had really a lot of time to sit down and like do one of these. But I am gonna like record a bunch of them, so that way they're ahead, and then I can actually put them on a monthly schedule. Because I really enjoy doing it. These are fun because I feel like they're a little more personable, and you know, people will enjoy them and whatnot. And even if it's a game that, you know, I don't think a lot of people will necessarily care for, it's one, it's a great excuse to play it, and two, I just really like playing it, and it's a way to get variety out there, you know, because I love me some Power Wash Sim, bro. Specifically Power Wash Sim 2. But you know, and don't worry, I am gonna have guests on here. I don't know if we'll specifically play Power Wash. It's not gonna be Power Wash every time, but every time I'm by myself, I'll probably play Power Wash. But like, I do plan on playing like haste with people, you know, doing like haste endless runs while I talk to people, stuff like that. Like just kind of conduct interviews a little bit, kind of thing. You know, just talk to people, have people to chat with about just whatever, and just random yap sessions, you know what I'm saying? Because like, I low-key can't be doing this by myself, so I don't know how often I can do this, you know, but we'll see. I'm gonna ask around about my friends, or ask my friends around. What the frick? Oh. Huh. So the star's a separate item. Oh, and so are the letters. Uh-oh. I didn't realize we were going to get extra cleaning. I thought this was just going to be it after this. I ain't gonna lie. Town of the year. It's an interesting way of promoting your town. Nice, nice. I love how I'm only getting $1. Oh, that's done. That's done. Platform railing post. What? Did I miss one? Uh-oh. I think I missed a railing. I wonder where that could be. We'll figure it out here, though. We're almost done. So, but yeah, yeah, like I said, I just enjoy doing these, but I am definitely going to have guests on at some point. Which is why I said I'm probably going to bulk record a bunch of these, and I'll be editing this ones. Like I said, I know I have an editor, but for these, I'll be editing these because I want them to have my actual personal touch on them. And whatnot, you know, and just to make sure everything's all clear, and because most of these are going to be unedited, and I just go until I, you know, feel like I need to stop, or there's just really nothing left to be said. And, you know, you can kind of time it better with Power Wash, at least. And you can, like, time things a little better because of the way it is. Clean. 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 Jeff Jefferson. There we go. Platform railing. Ah, so we missed something here. It's on the outside. It might be. Oh, you know what it was? Because I was trying to trick shot earlier and then I didn't. Yeah, there we go. We'll get this last one and that should be it. That should be the end. So. Yep, hit that. And boom, there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed each new Yap session. I'm just chilling in the air. It's so funny. Hope you guys enjoyed new Yap session. We'll be back with more, don't worry. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.